What's Zam YouTube? Man, look, we back again with another episode of the Controversial Conversations Podcast, episode 5. You hear me? Man, you here with me, Los Angeles Street Vlogs. You got my dog, my day one Boo Boy. You got my dog, my day one JC. And you got my dog, my day one J Beach. You hear me? Man, look, tap in with us. Without no further ado, we're going to jump right into it. Man, the first topic is a Nolan Wells update. You hear me? Okay, so the cause and manner of his unaliveness has not been determined. It's pending further investigation. He was fully clothed when found, despite being shirtless in the last photo seen. Deleted messages on Wells' phone was found by investigators. 125K has been offered for an eyewitness award. Man, what y'all think, man? Boo Bar, you want to talk to me?
Yeah, my man. How y'all doing out there anyway, fellas? But yeah, man, I think somehow, some way, man, my personal opinion, like that's foul play somewhere. If he had his clothing on despite in the last photo, being shirtless, like somebody had to tamper with evidence somewhere. It's like if the man died in his clothes, I mean, if the man was unalived in his clothes and then double back, and the last time they have the last photo of him is somebody did something somewhere. You know, the government good at hiding things, especially when it comes to political. The truth will never come out, but it's all speculation at the end of the day. But JC, what you think on it?
Mm, I think it's still kind of sounding weird to me. I'm not quick to jump to the conspiracy of it being like a racial thing, but during an autopsy, you could tell if somebody was drowned, like he should have water in his lungs if he drowned. But if he was hurt before then and thrown into the ocean, then he wouldn't have lungs. So with the autopsy, they should give us some information of what possibly could have happened. If he had any bruises on his body or any marks on his head or something, the autopsy should be able to tell us that. So I'm thinking if it was an accident and he drowned, he should have water in his lungs. If he don't have water in his lungs, that brings more questions like, well, where was he unalived at? Did he fall on the boat and then they just threw him off or something? Like right now it's really just a bunch of questions, but it's weird.
Hey, look, real quick, I want to add. They said that whenever what's his name, Ben Crump, you hear me, is his family's attorney. They said that Ben Crump transferred his body to Washington D.C. for further autopsy, but the report was that some of the organs was missing, and yeah, some of the organs was missing, and he had a light tissue plate on the back of his head, but the skin wasn't broken. So that's meaning that he had some type of trauma at the back of his head. It just didn't break the skin.
Yeah, so to
So
me
I
that
got a
it kind of sound like foul play to me if it's something like that. Cause like I say, they should be able to tell if he have water in his lungs or not. That'll kind of exclude whether he drowned or if something happened outside the water.
so was he unalive? What did they pronounce it? Homicide or suicide?
Nah. It was the initial analysis showed it was undetermined. That's why they sent it to Washington D.C. for further analysis.
I mean, but like JC said earlier, if that's speculation at this point, then we can only speculate foul play somewhere in it. But he right when it comes to the testing of the water and all that, because you could determine the cause of death, because maybe the shot to the head put him unconscious, but he drowned from not being able to be aware of his surroundings. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I feel once they do further autopsy investigation, they'll figure it out. But definitely agree with JC.
Yeah, I tap on it lightly, man. I feel like this. The last known photo, the photo that they was using of him that was all in the news that everybody seen with his shirt off, that was the last known photo. When you find a man, he fully clothed. You find missing messages in his phone. I feel like personally, without the autopsy at this point, man, that's a young black man, dog, that probably had a great future ahead. Man, go ahead and declare it a foul play. Why is it taking so long? Why is it taking so long for the family to get some comfort and at least feel like the person or the persons responsible would be brought to justice? You hear me? Like it shouldn't take that
Because
long, man.
nah, I agree with you, but what I think is if it's taking this long to uncover the situation, they're trying to cover up somebody in high demand, high power, high value, some way, some form, some If they ain't put a fall guy in it already, it's somebody that's the high stature that they covering, in my opinion. But yeah, back at it, you got it, Mike. LA.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, JB, you feel like touching in?
Before he
Yeah,
before he
yeah.
okay, well, go ahead.
Uh, I watched it. I saw they said, like you said about the possible trauma to the back of the head. I don't think the state has released their autopsy yet because the new autopsy was showing they didn't know if he had water in his lungs or not. Because by the time it got to the second autopsy, all that stuff was gone from the first one. And yeah, like you said, they removed some of his organs and they didn't send it with his body for the second autopsy. So it's some information they just not gonna know until the state of Mississippi say it, which is like kind of strange, to me. And it's also kind of weird too that how they said it sounds more like some foul play type of thing that happened because the deleted messages. I don't know what they said if they said what the messages was, but that's why would you have deleted text messages off a dude's phone? But yeah, that's all I
Right,
had on
right,
that.
right. Right, right. I agree, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like this, and I don't mean this in no racial manner towards no other race, but if it was any other race besides a brown race, it'll already be figured out. It'll already be solved, though. It'll be definitely justice would be pushed in the media. You feel me? And I mean, if this was a grown man, I can understand the insensitivity. But man, this is a child. This is somebody's child. Somebody mama cried. The man mama cried for this. His father, even as a man, cried for this. You know what I'm saying? That ain't right. That ain't right. I feel like, yeah, Black lives matter. All lives matter. But justice is for all. You know what I'm saying? How can you hold a man of color to a standard if you not willing to hold all people to that standard? You hear me? What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It just don't make sense. Honestly, it haven't been making sense for plenty of years. This been going on since our grandparents and their grandparents. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, man, it's 2026. It's time for this to come to change. I mean, all right, I understand when they treat grown men like that, like grown men that life been hard and already, they probably could take it. But man, not no little boy. Man, that was a baby. That little boy was still growing up, man. And so whatever happened, if you would have had that many black boys of little boys of color and the person, the victim in the situation would have had no melanin in their skin, man, I guarantee you, man, it wouldn't be going the way it's going. I promise you this. I promise you this, they would have mobs screaming for them to basically LYNCH the people that suspect. You hear me? So if y'all don't got nothing else to say, we can move on. But if y'all do, talk to me.
Well, to
I
your
mean,
point, like you were saying, they need to like our safety should be held to the same standard as white folks. And to your point, him being found with his clothes on would suggest that he wasn't in the water when something happened. You know, who swims fully clothed, you know?
Hey, well, if y'all ain't got nothing else on this, we'll move on. All right, so
nah,
we're gonna
nah,
move
nah.
on.
Hold up, real
Go
fast.
ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
To your point you was making about the uproar and all that when if the shoe was on the other foot. I mean, we should be doing the same though. Why is it all this us sitting back, internet investigating instead of being in the community? You know what I'm saying? Lifting our voices and demanding something. If the other shoe could do it and get some respect and get some type of motion somewhere, so should we in some aspect. But that's all I had to say on that.
And to Boot Bar's
Okay.
point, if the shoe was on the other foot, I doubt if all the black people would have been able to go home. They would have been locked up immediately, until they figured out what happened. The fact that the
Everybody
white
that
people
was
was able
involved.
to go home until they figure out what happened, I think that showed the differences, you know.
Okay. So rest in peace, Nolan Wells, and we hope that his suspects come to justice. You know what I'm saying? But with that said, we'll move on to the next topic tonight. Why, hey, and the next topic kind of touches back on this topic just in a different sense. Why does police interactions unease most black people? Now I'm gonna go first on this topic. I'm gonna speak on this topic because I'm a if y'all don't know, I'm a full-time convicted felon. I changed my life. You hear me? I don't live that way no more. I'm happily married today, and we expecting, and we living a pretty decent life. But back in the day, man, I went to jail quite often. And I'm gonna tell you, look, let me say this. As a former criminal, I every time the police came across me, if I didn't run before they got there, I obeyed their orders because I knew they could do whatever they wanted to me. So as a black man in today's society, you supposed to teach your kids to obey the police's orders. If you gotta go to jail, go to jail. At least you can bind out, you can beat the case, you can come home, especially if you know you in the right. Especially if you know that what they saying is BS. Man, obey the orders and go home. Why would you let them harm you? Why would you let them not take you home? Why would you allow them to not let you get back home to your family, dog? What's more important? Why was that, Keon? See, what's more important though? Real talk, what's more important? Making it home to your family or making a point to a cop that don't care? Hey, now I'm gonna pass it on, man. J Beast, you got something you want to say?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like police at all, man. I don't even do nothing. I ain't never been to jail or nothing. I don't even do nothing, but I done been in handcuffs like three, four times. Like, low key, I think it's just because, skin color, bro. I think they just be targeting. Cause literally, I don't be doing nothing. And like I said, I done had guns pointed at me. I done had a cop tell me he told me he was gonna kill me. That was his exact words. And I wasn't even doing nothing. Literally, like
Hey,
sitting
hey,
in a parking lot.
hey, we can't. No,
Oh, my fault.
certain
Yeah,
words,
yeah,
certain words. Yeah. No, you
yeah.
good? Go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, but like, that's what he told me. It came out his mouth. Like, his weapon right next to my face. And literally just sitting in a parking lot. not even doing nothing. You know, three, four police officers pull up talking about an alarm went off at a building that was like next to the building I was at. So all my interactions with police have been negative. So I don't like police at all, bro. So that's why, like, I think black people act how they act around police just because they get targeted. Whether they doing something or not doing something. Yeah, that's all I have, bro. Or that's my experience with it.
Boo boy, you got something you want to add?
I mean, I feel when it comes to like that type of topic, brother, that stems from just training. We was always taught to do the opposite. But back to as from your point, when you said what you said, just it's BS. Do what you're supposed to do, till you get where you're going. True, but the majority of us, we were raised a little different. We see it a little different. Our instinct is to do what we do, what we was taught from, all before. Our OGs in the streets, if you could say, we was never taught to obey the laws or respect what they got going on. See them get out their way, because it's never gonna be good for you if you're doing nothing or you're doing something. We all look the same to when it back to the point of the point I'm trying to make is, man, we react the way we react because
Hey,
I might,
y'all can hear me?
I might, you can hear me?
Yeah, I think your mic was tripping. Go ahead, finish.
Nah, but I was just saying back to the point I was trying to make was it's just history, man. We never was treated right about it. We never was show it could be good for us. So we just do what naturally was natural to us. That's really all I got on that point right there, bro.
To
All right, JC, what you think? Yeah, talk to me. I talk back.
LA, to your point, it's kind of like, as black folks, we got to understand how the police work too. You know, it's plenty of times. 'Cause I look at a bunch of body cam footage and whatnot. Whenever a cop is interacting with you, at that time it's not time to hold court. Even if they in the wrong, and especially if they in the wrong, because you could sue them if you got some video footage or proof that they uh wrongly addressing you, or if there's a misidentification and all of that, you can actually sue them and get awarded a lot of money if you play your cards right. But I wanted to give a quick history lesson. I'm gonna make it fast though, all right? But the police form is a form of police been in existence since like the 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 era of colonization, when America first began, when we was being ruled by Europeans, right? And this was probably in like the 1600s, and they was called night watchers or local sheriffs or militia. It wasn't until like the 1900s where they had uniform police. Okay, and these uniform police was called official salary slave patrol, right? And they was tasked with catching the runaway slaves, brutalizing them to make sure they never ran again or whatnot. And once once that system was implemented, they created what was called slave codes. And the slave codes was required by all white men, kind of like a military service almost. They had to do at least a year of tour, called it a year duty of tour, uh being like a enforcer of the slave codes. Okay. and every white person, even children, was forced to enforce all of these rules. And some of the rules was that like black folks couldn't gather without a white person present. They couldn't learn how to read, and they couldn't defend themselves against people, even if a white person was attacking them. Okay. Now this was before the Civil War. Once the Civil War happened, and you're doing the time of Reconstruction, this was the times where basically black people was free. So we owned land, we was in the government, we was judges, we was senators, and all of that, and that formed the police system that we know today, to where they in uniform and all of that. And the 13th Amendment abolished slavery, and what the South did, they is even in the Constitution today, to where slavery is illegal unless you are incarcerated. So the prison became the new slave, the new entrance to slavery. Okay, so the police, the South ended up making up. This is why voting is important too, because the South ended up creating a bunch of bills that they end up calling Black Code. Okay, so it went from slave code to Black Code, and the Black Code was just basically making black freedom illegal. So you, like I said, in the time of Reconstruction, you had black senators, you had black judges, you had black people that was landowners, you had black people that was barbers and whatnot. So what the Black Codes did is it made it a crime on your freedom. So if a black person was a barber and they charging $5 for a haircut, and a white person come in and say, no, I'm only paying $1 for the haircut, it was illegal for the black person to receive to to not accept a service. Otherwise, you can end up getting arrested by the police, and then thrown in the jail. The jail would in turn sell your services to the land, which would put you back into slavery. You know what I'm saying? So that was the beginning of all the how the police was even formed. They was the original slave catchers. You know, and I guess it's like as our parents and whatnot grew up, you know, black folks always have that conversation with their kids about how to act with the police. So we always have a unease with them because we don't feel like they for us.
Okay. Oh, my bad. We need to build a black community, dog. Listen, if any foreign race come over here to America, right? What's the first thing they do? They hook up with their people, and they find jobs. They find a way to get money. They if seven Mexicans come to America, they'll go live in the same house together and help each other pay bills to the point to where they each are only paying like $50. Everybody only got to come out of pocket $50 because there's so many of them, and they okay with helping. They're okay with building each other up. You know what I mean? People,
Let me say something to that, LA.
let me go ahead. Go ahead.
Because it's more than just us coming together. The whole system is corrupt. We'd have to come up with a new system. Because you look at a
Right,
place
right,
like
right.
you
All
look at a
right.
place like Atlanta, where it's basically the black mecca of today, right? And I don't know if y'all remember, but Ryan Coogler went to the Bank of America in Atlanta when he was shooting a film or whatever. I think he might have been shooting Black Panther. I'm not sure, but he went to a bank with black tellers, all black employees. They called the police on them. Black police officers came, pulled their guns out without any information, thinking that he was finna rob the bank just because he was writing on a note saying how much money he wanted. So it's more than just black folks need to come together too. We got to figure out some other type of system. You know what I'm saying? Because the whole system started from a corrupt place. I feel like.
Man, that's why I'm saying that we can come together and create our own communities. All the millionaire black people in this country, if we all the people with money came together, we can create our own communities. We don't need nobody else. We don't need them to change no system. Man, today a black man can make $1 billion. That's all. You just need that opportunity. With the mindset of thinking that they still controlling what you doing is the reason people still stand in oppression. You gotta believe that you can do it, and you gotta go out there and do it. It ain't no such thing as, so you telling me 2026, us as black people able to make all the money that we want to as long as we get up and go grind and get it. We still need their help. Man, come on, man. Nah, man. That's what's keeping people oppressed. You don't need nobody's help.
What we
If
need
we
is their
get you,
permission.
we don't need that permission either.
Yes, we do, cause that
Man, you
same
telling me when
billionaire
you
you became. Now, hold up to your point real fast. That same billionaire you just became, son, them same people got the access to freeze that money. You're a billionaire today, but broke tomorrow because you chose to empower something that's going against the
That's what I'm
system.
saying about the system is corrupt. We got to change the whole system because as long
You
as
know what I'm
we
saying? It goes
cooperating with
back
the
to it.
system, it's gonna be
It goes
corrupt. It
back
don't matter if
to
it was
it. Like
all
you,
black
Man,
police.
wait. Look, I got a little money, and the people can't take my money. Like they can't just take your money. If the people take your money, there's courts. You go to court, they get your money back. There's no way nobody have ever legally just taken somebody's money. That's not. That's not. That's not reality.
didn't say take it in all actuality. What they say is
But
play
look what
with it,
happened to
freeze
Kanye
it,
West.
hold it up. You know what I'm saying? You can go bankrupt. Them people have access to have ways and things to play with your money. Look at all these rappers that's making money, but what they do, throw them up under some chumped up charges, drain their bank accounts, and then release them to society under some BS rules.
Hey, look what happened to
It,
Kanye West. He was the richest black person in history, and when he decided to go against the J community, he went down to 400 million. He was like at $12 billion, but they. So I didn't even know this was legal. They refused to keep his money in the bank. Like he couldn't go to the bank and put his money in.
No, look, I feel that, but they did not take his money. He lost deals that would have paid him that money. They didn't just take this money from him. If Kanye West would have chose to go and buy, look what Akon did. Even though he did it in Africa, if they didn't want you to do that, couldn't they have stopped it? If what you're saying is true, no, they can't stop you from doing
well,
this. The mindset of the black man is what stopped him from doing something. The
well, Elliot,
mindset.
why Akon did it in Africa and not in America, where the
Man,
money he
Akon, because
made?
that's
Hold on,
where he's from. He went home.
but still, the money he made to do it
No,
was here, not there.
he
So
tried to
why he
do it
didn't
here first
contribute
too.
to the community?
No, he tried to do it here first, but George Bush ended up making the tariffs so well the solar panel energy that he doing was gonna charge like double or triple or how much it was gonna cost for him to do it in Africa. And so he took the
So he
he
chose
took
to
like a
go the
billion
cheaper
dollars.
route. That's not, he chose to go the
No, he
cheaper
took like
route.
a
That's
billion
not
dollars
saying.
from the Chinese people. The Chinese people were supposed to be sending the technology here, but since the tariffs was on there, they didn't want to do it. So he ended up taking it and going to Africa with it because he wanted to give power to his grandmother. Then he realized
So
how
that
bad that
don't
was.
that so that don't mean that he couldn't do it. That don't mean that he
No,
couldn't do it here. He just chose not to. He could have
it put
still did it if they
restrictions
would have
on him.
paid that tariff money.
It put restrictions
But
on him
would it
though,
would it
because he was
become as
gonna do
successful
it
as he
here.
did?
It put restrictions on him. He was gonna do it what he was gonna do it, but look at all they putting him through just to complete his mission. If it was just so simple to do, they would allow him to do it because it's uplifting and providing for those that he's trying it for. But it's a restriction because of who he are and what he got. So he gotta go try it in the land with less restrictions.
Right. Okay, hey, I'll agree with you on that. Look, if y'all don't got no more on that, though, we'll keep it moving. What y'all want to do?
That's all I had on that.
Yeah, I'm down to skip.
But well, look, we're gonna come to the next topic. Can a person leave home and go anywhere from a road trip or the grocery store without their phone? and go anywhere. From a road trip or hey, T time, mute your TV for me.
I got you, fam. What's down with it, LA?
We cooling. Hey, so the question is, can a person leave home and go anywhere without their cell phones these days?
Fuck no.
Or hey, look, what you got for me, Jay?
Me?
Real quick, I want to shout out the ASI panel. The ASI panel is coming up at in an hour and a half. Yeah, the ASI panel is 11:30 Eastern. This is Controversial Conversations Podcast, episode 5. JC, what you got for me?
I'm thinking nowadays they kind of make it mandatory for you to have your phone no matter where you go, especially if any of y'all drive. You know, back in the day, truck drivers used to use maps to get around. Now with GPSing, you know, people done forgot how to use maps. Your phone died, you stuck until you get it back on to know where you even going. People have their bank and pay money with, because your phone is more than just a phone today. It's your entertainment, it's your fun time, and it's used for your work, for your studies, researching and everything. So I don't think so. Unless you're going on a road trip specifically just to stay away from technology, I'll probably say no.
Say I'm gonna say it like this, bro. It's basically like a part of your body now. You know what I'm saying? Just like he said, it's part of your whole life now. So it's like when you do leave your phone, you feel like
Couldn't hear you, your mic had
Well,
went out.
man, I mean, I guess if everybody finished talking, I'll step in on the topic, I suppose. I feel like you really can't go nowhere without it for how society is designed. You got digital wallet, ID, all of the above. There's no reason to have true documents these days. It's like a hit and miss. But yeah, in my opinion, I don't think it's necessary to really. I mean, I don't think people think it's necessary to, go in society without their phone. Like they driving to music. It's like too many things that one device can please one individual. So I don't think it's possible, in my opinion. What about you? See?
I feel the same way. Like I say, it's more than just the phone today. It cover every aspect of your life. You get your news from the phone. You get your music, all your entertainment, uh, all your banking information. People pay with their phone now, so it's kind of like, and like to the guest point, you know, your phone is kind of part of your body now. It's like we really in the age of being cyborgs. You know, if you ever went to the store and accidentally left your phone on the counter, then you'll damn near wreck your car trying to turn around to go back and get it. It'll be like you left your child at the store.
Man, what you
But
think,
then,
Jay? With Jay Beach, you got something for me? Well, look, I'm gonna say mine. Like, I ain't gonna cap. I don't really care about my phone. I ain't gonna cap. I use it for like videos, music, entertainment. But I mean, like, man, I don't really care about no phone for real. Like, it ain't that serious for me. I ain't gonna cap though. I do notice that I be on this mug like more than I would normally be, like more than usual, like more than that's comfortable for me. So like I was checking my phone one day, like the storage, to clear some storage. I ran across like the man, what is called like the use, like it's telling you like your phone use, like how much you use something or something, like an app or something. Boom, man, this shit told me some hours, like the type of hours you be at work in a week, and I'm like, man, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So yeah. And my suggestion, everybody should take a break from that phone for at least a couple days, dog. Real talk. Like on the weekend, turn that bitch off on Fridays and keep it off until Monday morning. That's what I was late Sunday night. If you got business, you gotta check them emails and shit. I ain't gonna, I know how that be, so that's why, But that's my point though, man. That's how I feel about that. I mean, and then you gotta think about it though. If you leave home though, you need that phone. Like if you going to somewhere you ain't never been, you're especially if you got a spouse of any nature, married or just in a relationship, you need that phone. You hear me? Music for one, ain't nobody jamming CD players or the radio no more. Soon as you get in, you turning that Bluetooth on. You hear me? GPS for sure. Again, GPS is like the biggest thing we really use a phone for when we leave home and we ain't watching videos, scrolling on Instagram. You hear me? Yeah, so yeah, I see that. That's what I
This is
see.
another aspect too. How the algorithm is made, it gives you what you like. You get a dopamine hit, and you could get addicted to the phone because it's tailored to exactly what you wanna see, what you want to hear to keep you on the phone longer. And it really all revolves around advertisement. The longer you on the phone, the more advertisement they can give you because the world kind of work on advertisement. Everything get paid through advertisement. And to keep you on the phone, the algorithm is tailored to everything you like. If you going
Well,
through
look,
Instagram,
no, look. I don't want to cut you off. I want you to indulge in this right real quick for me. Regulating our dopamine baseline. Now you take it over from me, my brother.
well, what I was going to say is even when you scrolling through Instagram or YouTube, if you hover for zero point 0.1 seconds over a video, the algorithm catch that. You know what I'm saying? So it fill your feed. That's why everybody's YouTube channel, your recommended videos is going to be different from everybody else because it's giving you exactly what you want. If you watch one thing, it'll give you 10 other videos that's similar to that. Also, these devices listen to our conversation. I remember one time I was talking about fishing. I'm like, man, I'm gonna get my fishing license. I need to get a fishing rod. So all of a sudden, maybe about an hour or so later, I'm getting advertisement for fishing coolers. You know what I'm saying? So it's created to keep you to stay on this bad boy. And as far as the dopamine, your brain produces a chemical called dopamine that's highly addictive. You get that through drug use, sexual release. You know what I'm saying? And the dopamine make you feel good. So the more you playing on your phone, you getting them micro dopamine hits, and it's keeping you addicted to the device. And like I say, like you said, it's more than one thing. It's your radio, it's your TV, it's your news. So it's by design to kind of make it necessary for you to have the phone. And yeah, that's kind of all I got
Yeah,
on it.
boo boy, what you got from it?
I mean, I agree with what JC was saying when it comes to that. This particular topic is like, at the end of the day, it's just chasing some form of high, either whether it's drugs, sex, money, whatever. Whatever your brain feed into, that that right there is the whole case. And like back to his point with the cell phone, your cell phone become a part of that whole line of work, that whole chain reaction, because it gets access to most of what you want and what you think and what you know what's your interest in life. You can buy houses. You can, like Sean said earlier, pay bills. You can. It's so much can be done from that one device. So with that being said, you still chasing highs without even knowing you're actually seeking a high when it comes to the device. But yeah, man, I agree. The whole situation he was speaking on, and I agree with you, Ellie, as well. But that's all I really got on this topic.
JB, you got something for me? Okay, okay. Well, look, man, we're gonna keep it pushing.
Needless
Man,
to say
look,
too,
hey,
it's also our education too. You know what I'm saying? Like it teaches a bunch of stuff. So if you're a person that want to learn about science, or if you want to learn about history, or if you want to learn how to play the stock market or buy real estate, it's also a tool. So you using it for educational purposes. You know,
hey, I can attest to that because look, I know, hey, I might not know everything, but because of Google and Chat GPT, I know a little bit about everything. No cap, you can't tell me nothing and think I'm just gonna believe it, boy. Google will tell me about your line in a minute. Oh God, stop playing. What? Hey, I remember one time, right? This was a while back before cell phones was really as popular and handy as it was. Like the iPhone was just made and stuff. You hear me? So Google and it was around, but we wasn't savvy as we is today. You hear me? So boom, man, I'm like, man, the iPhone pressure, man, it's crazy. Dude gonna say, yeah, man, they made it in China. I'm like, what? Man, Steve Jobs made the iPhone. Man, you know what that boy gonna tell me? Well, I bet he was in China when he made it. Yeah. I'm like, man, you could have Googled this. Real talk. Hey, but look, if
and look,
everybody done know,
I'm not a mechanic, right? But something was going on with my car. I described it to Google. It gave me like three different things of what it could have been. So then I go to YouTube to research those three things and narrow it down to one thing. Come to find out, it was the starter. You know what I'm saying? Then through looking how much a starter costs and all of this, I end up saving like $500. I got a used starter from AutoZone for like 196 or something. But for an original one that was unused, it'd probably been like $300 or so. But because of the phone, it helped me figure out what the problem was, how to solve the problem, and even how to get a lower cost to the problem. So it's necessary for our life at this point.
no cap on God. Hey man, I became a whole back in like 2015, at the end of 2000, or the beginning of 2016. I became a whole golf cart technician off of Google. No cap, boy. I lied and everything. I told that boy, yeah, I know how to fix golf carts. Boy, I know what an Easy Go, a Yamaha. Man, I know everything about gel batteries, everything. Man, look, I put you a golf cart together, look like a Lamborghini, dog. Google MF for you. But look, we're gonna
Yeah,
move
they
on.
got a saying that YouTube University.
Yeah. So we're gonna move on. We're gonna keep it moving. All right, the next topic, the next question: do you know your neighbor? Man, look, I'm gonna just start off by saying, and my dog, J Beast earlier was saying, like, whenever we were discussing this, he told me he was like, back in the day, we used to all know our neighbors. Like you can walk up the street and you knew all your little partners' mamas and they sisters and they grannies, they uncles, like everybody on your block, you know them. And JC was saying like, you can go borrow sugar from people. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you was trying to make some Kool-Aid, your mama not home, boy, you can go up the street get you some sugar. You hear me? Hey, so look, man. JC, talk to me. What you do? You know your neighbor?
Well, I don't even know my neighbor. I know one of my neighbors, my uncle talked to, we wave at each other, but I don't even know his name. But
You talking about the one? You talking about the one across the street, huh?
not the one next door to us.
What? Oh yeah, all right. I think the only one I ever
You know,
seen
they
that
share the
waving at
same.
was across.
They share the same
Yeah,
religion,
yeah. Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. All right, all right.
so he got cool with him or whatever.
Yeah, you
But
yeah you
so I
talking about the
remember
Islam
growing.
dude?
I used to stay in a an apartment, right, when I was in Grand Coteau on Georgiana Street, and so everybody in those complexes, either we was family or we just knew each other like family, or we was close relatives. You know what I'm saying? And it was like my sister Jan ended up staying in that apartment, and when she moved out, our cousin Noonie ended up staying where she stayed at. Up
Man,
upstairs was
don't dox Jane and Noonie, dog. No.
it's not their real name. Uh, but you remember Kim stayed upstairs, Toots stayed across the street, uh, and
Hey,
Sean,
hey,
which was
real quick. And that statement was a joke. No one was doxxed. It was no doxing. We were joking. It was a joke.
uh Pooch stayed there. You know what I'm saying? So we was all family. So if we needed anything, we was able to go. We used to be able to go to each other's house without even knocking on the door, just walk in. You know. But today, mm-mm.
Boo boy, boo
I
boy, what you
mean,
got for me?
I mean, shit. In all reality, it don't matter if you do or don't. You know what I'm saying? Most people, in the time now, can't be trusted. It's a sticky situation either way it go. You can know the neighbor. Back then, it was different. It was more honor, more respect, more value, more trust. These days, your partner backdoor you. You know what I'm saying? That's a trend. That's the thing. So I don't honestly think it really matters if you know your neighbor or not. Boils down to can you trust your neighbor these days? We so judgmental first and want to be the first to shit on the next and I got this and I got that, but it's like, we moving further apart from each other as a people, as a unit than we should off of those antics, those mindsets, those games. But the world we live in now is more value to be a snake than it is to be a real one. It's more acknowledgement, it's more notoriety, like to be the biggest slime, the biggest scum, the biggest like like that's crazy. And all these kids these days project their life after that mentality. It's not necessary when it's yeah. So I really don't feel like, knowing your neighbor is these days is, necessary. It really boils down to can you trust him. But that's
Right,
my
right,
opinion on that.
right. Okay, okay. J Beach, you got something for me? Okay, well, we're gonna pose the question: do you need security cameras on your home? Is security cameras necessary for your home? Me personally, if you got a family, man, look, protect your family. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. That's what I do. But we're safe to say that we live in a secured building, so if I had a problem with anybody, it would definitely be one of these people here, and I would find out. So yeah, I say definitely have security cameras, man. Ring cameras. I wish I could have invested in it back in the day. Boo boy, you got something for me?
I mean, when it comes to the security aspect of it, it's a 50-50 because all technology can be hacked. All technology can be used for form of spying and data collecting and all that. But there's a broader spectrum of the possibilities, you know what I'm saying, of using that technology. Now, we talking about the importance of the security of your family, then that's a whole different, ideal about it. And me personally, I have security cameras in my home in every room but the bathroom in my house. And when me and my girl get intimate, then it's different. Like, but just chilling, I'm not worrying about you spying on me. Or yeah, man, my life ain't that, but I'm with you. I stand for it. I'm with it. It got its pros and its cons, but I do think it's necessary for the world we live in today. And JC, you got something on that?
Um, I think that they're a good thing. But like you said, it is pros and cons. Because at a certain point, I'm willing to give up my privacy for a safer community. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not willing to give up my happiness. You know. And at a certain point, it's like you said, it's gonna get to the point to where everybody have cameras in their house, even the bathroom. You know. But I look at how many people were saved because of the security cameras, or how many people was able to, if they was accused of a crime and the security camera could show that they was over here at that time. You know, like I said, I'll be looking at a bunch of police body cam footage, and they had a domestic abuse case where the man ended up getting unalived by the woman. But as they go through the cameras that was in the footage, it kind of showed he was abusing her. Like he would beat on her, he would talk crazy to her, and that actually helped her, help convict him instead of him going free. So in some aspects it's good, some aspects it's not. But I lean towards having them rather than not having them. And that's my thoughts on that.
Okay, okay, okay. Jay, you there? All right.
Yeah,
So look. Oh, go ahead.
oh, run down to me what exactly it was again.
Are we speaking about do you know your neighbor and do you need security cameras on your home?
All right, I'm gonna say yeah with the security camera on the home. Uh, 'Cause like JC was saying, that it helped to solve a lot of issues, and some of the neighborhoods I was in wasn't great neighborhoods. I mean, they done had shootings and all kind of stuff, and a lot of people say to mind your business, but honestly, I wish somebody had cameras to solve some of those problems, just to get them people out the neighborhood. And,
Woo.
Right.
yeah, and the neighbor thing, man. I only know a person, I don't know, one of my neighbors. I don't even know. I only know one of them name. It's the person right next to me. Everybody else in my community, I don't know. Like I said, whenever I was growing up, we knew, man, people almost in the whole neighborhood. On the next street over, we knew everybody down there. So now, yeah, it is different. And man, a lot of times people don't know they got, offenders like in their neighborhood, and they wouldn't even know it. You have to go look, on a website to see. So that's why I think people should actually go check on that. 'Cause I just watched a video about that where you might have, certain type of offenders in your neighborhood and not even know it.
Right. I agree with that. See, me personally, look, do I know my neighbor? Hell nah. I ain't gonna cap. Boy, I don't really know nobody. Like, boy, I ain't gonna cap. If I talk to you in person, like if we get to know each other personally in person, man, you a cool nigga, dog. Cause I ain't my wife though, man, my wife know everybody. Oh God, no cap. I swear, like that's how we socialize. She know everybody. I just speak. You know, like I just wave. I swear. But I mean, people. Some of them be cool. That's just me though. You know what I mean? But like with the camera thing, yeah, dog. You need some camera. I say like y'all said, it'll solve some crime. It'll help out honest, innocent people, and it'll protect your things. And I do feel like you need to protect your things. Bought away that fentanyl out there. Yeah, listen. Hey, that excuse me, but this is for journalistic purposes. I'm trying to bring awareness. That Fetty out there. Man, listen, boy, in air downtown LA, the way that stuff is, man, you better guard yourself at all times. Yes, Lord, guard yourself at all times. Yes, and the offender list, man, y'all do need to stay updated on that offender list, dog. Man, they got people that actually use that offender list to like mm, sexually. Hey, nah, there's people that use that offender list to like find people to hook up with. They got videos on YouTube about this, man. Y'all check that out. That's crazy. But you do need
Yeah.
to know the offenders. You
But
do
it's
need to know
always
the
men
offenders.
trying to get the women offenders.
So I know. That's what I'm saying. That's a funny comment, but when it comes to the offender list, you do need to know your area. You never know who your kids are playing around. Like, yeah, people can say they changed, but man, don't ever trust nobody 100%. So y'all check that offender list. Keep your kids safe. Keep your neighborhood safe. You know what
And that's why
I mean?
you
Man,
can't
y'all got
kind of
anything?
blame. That's why I was gonna say you can't blame. When you go to a gated community and the white folks will be like, "Man, what you doing here? Who are you?" Like some people will take that as being racist, but that's you protecting your community. You're supposed to know who you around.
Nah,
You know what I'm
man,
saying?
that's some racist shit, dog. That's some Karen. That's
Yeah,
Karens and kids.
sometimes in most cases, yeah. But as black folks, if we was to unify, we would do the same thing. Cause I've seen one episode of I be watching these lawn service videos, and this was a white man going to an abandoned house and just cleaning the area, right? And a black man ended up getting on him, asking him, who are you, where you from? This is my community. End up calling the police on the white man you know but that's what he was supposed to do. If somebody in your neighborhood that you don't know, you need to know who he is and what he up
Man,
to.
look, man, we from the hood. When the last time you knew a white boy that actually go to where we
Well,
from
that's what
and
I'm
just
talking
be
about, man. We need to get from the hood mindset to get into a unified community you know and once
Man,
you
I
get to
think
the
the
point to
hood
where
is a unified community. I just think that
now it
in
can't be if we
terms of
don't know our
some of the
neighbors.
nah, listen, I'm not even it's not even black people around me, bro. Like I'm gentrified. Yeah, so I beat the case with that one, so I'm justified. All right, man. Look, we'll move on, man. Hey, this some hot summer talk right here. You hear me? Hey, look, shark attacks have nearly doubled since the beginning of summer in U.S. waters. By early July 7th, yeah, by early July, 7 shark attacks and 1 fatality occurred. Scientists say that they think it's elevated ocean temperatures and strong El Nino patterns. But then they also say that this doesn't necessarily indicate sharks are becoming more aggressive. So talk to me. What y'all think about that? I be catching Shark Week every year, so this is a good topic for me. You know what I mean?
People feel like the ocean is the shark home. You can't get mad if you go into their house and they don't want you there.
Hey, but I'm saying though, so listen, let me ask you this. By you saying that you mean like people shouldn't go to beaches?
That's a good point. I'm thinking beaches on like ocean fronts, especially if a shark attack already occurred there. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't I would if I had children as a parent, I wouldn't allow my kids to go to the beach or to a beach where I know a shark attack occurred. You know.
But I think it ain't the beach. I think it's more so the water. Like you say, the water is his home. Why y'all going way above and beyond to go, man, put your feet in the water, get your toes wet and get out them folks' house. I agree with you. Like
Yeah,
just
you
some
want to go
things ain't
swimming? Go
for
to a swimming pool.
make it that's shark friendly. The only sharks in that water is big dudes. But that's not the point. That's the point I'm trying to make. I'm agreeing with you on the fact of like that's their home, man. At the end of the day, no matter if you own a little bit in the water or all the way in the water, that's their shark territory. If you come in my yard on my porch, you're still at my house. So don't invade them things space and let them be. That's why it's doubling up. This is what I don't get. Why in the hell the tax is doubling up, but you steady going out there talking about the Shark Tank getting aggressive? Well, what in the hell is they doing? I mean, I'm thinking they trying to tell us something here. But man, you got to flow, Ellie. That's all I got to say on that, man.
Marine scientists said that they think that the attacks actually happened because of elevated ocean temperatures and strong El Nino pattern. Yeah, that's the scientific thought about it. What you think about that?
So you telling me them sharks mad and they attacking people because the water ain't the same? Well, why is not more shark attacks on the animals? Why is on people? It's like no, it don't make sense to me. It's a loop. You're giving me the truth, but you're giving me a little BS with it, so I can deceive myself by making whatever theory I want out of it. Man, at the
Right,
end of
right,
the
right.
day, stay out them folks' house, and they'll stay out of
Right, right.
yours. You can't get attacked if you ain't in the water. But yeah, brother, I don't agree with that.
Okay,
Cause you're
okay.
right.
J
Also,
J
too,
J.
I heard, sharks don't normally attack humans. It's just they be mistaking us as like otters or whatever. If you look at the image of what an otter look like or a sea lion look like in the ocean, it looked like a person on a surfboard. So it could be that they mistaken us for their food. But like you said, if the number is growing, plus is a bunch of more humans in the ocean too. So my thing is, if you see a shark attack at a beach, at a certain beach, and why are you still going there?
Right, right. Okay, J Beast, you got something for me? Talk to me. Okay,
Yeah,
okay. Well,
bro.
look. Oh, go ahead. Go.
Yeah, yeah. Sharks, they just need to learn how to share, bro. They just need to learn how to share the ocean. Just like some people share their house with roaches. Sharks need to share the
No,
water with humans, bro.
no, Jay, cause we ain't sharing land with them.
Yeah,
We ain't sharing land
why
with the
sharks got to
sharks.
be so mean?
We ain't sharing land with the sharks unless we eating them. Some form of that, we using them from some type of design.
Man, I watched Shark Week, right? What I think happened, they say that the temperatures were staying warm, so I think maybe they had a shark attack in the area, or maybe something, some blood spilled in the area, or something like that. Why was I? I'm saw you, we see you. Yeah, some blood spilled in the area or something, you hear me? And
So you
by the
telling me
temperatures of
that
the water
shark wasn't
staying
hungry?
Nah, by the temperatures of the water staying warm, I think it intensified the senses. You hear me? I be watching Shark Week, and if the blood spill in the water when it's cold, the smell will actually kind of go away faster. But they said the temperatures is warmer was elevated. You hear me? So maybe that made they senses of the blood a little strong. So that's what I think. I think people still go to the beach. You hear me? Bring you a little shark repellent or something. Yeah, I think they should make some shark repellent. They got mosquito repellent. If we go camping, we can keep the mosquitoes off us. You know, what I mean? Make some shark repellent. Yeah, nigga, like for a nigga go start fishing and catching them bitches. You know what I mean? Eating them bitches.
So,
Yeah, like
but you still want them. But some talking about let them share the water. They need to learn how to share the water. And we got ill will intentions against them. So why shouldn't they have ill will
man,
intentions against us?
they don't gotta share. They don't gotta share. We'll take it. Man, hey,
So
ain't that what Christopher Columbus taught us? Yeah.
hey, but still, all I'm saying is they feel the same way we feel. We ain't got to share. They gonna take it. You keep coming, we gonna keep attacking. It's gonna triple. Come again. Watch reports next week be shark attacks have tripled. And yeah, keep coming. Come take it.
Oh God. Hey
They
man, look, I
able
feel
to sense blood in the ocean like about a quarter mile away.
yeah, see that's what I'm saying. And by the temperatures of the water staying warm, and you all right, picture this. A person on a surfboard like nip theyself on a surfboard. A lot of little blood gonna spill out into that water because they probably don't even know because they on a surfboard. The temperatures of the water is warmer, that's gonna carry the blood smell farther. Now you got a shark coming in on your hat. What you gonna do? I ain't gonna cap, boy. I hit that thing like Superman, but get up out. Yeah, I probably died still. I ain't saying I wouldn't. I mean, I probably be unalive still, man. I
They
ain't
say
saying I would, but I am.
if you are in the middle of a shark attack, go for the gills or the eyeballs.
I'm hitting that thing
Man,
right at the tip of the nose, right at the tip of the. Get off of me. Yeah,
get your ass out there, water. You hear me?
man, I'm a gorilla. I ain't going in the water anyway. I'm a land animal, boy. You tripping? All right, bet. So that was just a little update on that, man. We want to get a little more serious here. It's about y'all health. You hear me? Keep yourself healthy, man. How the hantavirus normally spreads: breathing in microscopic airborne particles, touching contaminated areas, then touching eyes, nose, and mouth. The Andes virus spreads between people. So if coming in contact with people, actually you can catch this virus without having any fluids transferred, because it's transferred by microscopic particles. Man, look, I feel like this, man. When y'all go out in public, especially if you're in an urban, highly trafficked area, man, take care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. Take care of yourself. You know what I mean? And if you need, man, look, keep hand sanitizer. If you have to touch a lot of public things, keep you some gloves. You hear me? That way, you extra protected. Get you a mask. You dig? Y'all take care of yourself, man. Just because people back outside and everything normal, it still got stuff out there, dog. Y'all gotta take care of yourself. Yeah. So look, JC, what you think about that?
I think you're right about that. Protect yourself, wear your gloves and your mask. This kind of reminded me of COVID a little bit, And I feel like the way that the president is handling it make it even worse, when you're not taking the necessary steps to make sure the virus don't spread.
Right. Okay, Boo Ball, what you got for me? Talk to me. I talk back.
Well, shit, to be real with it, I feel like if we're gonna just get down to the nitty gritty, I feel like, it's a new experiment and they just seeing the casualties that's going, it all boils down to population control. At first it was airborne. Now it's a new virus that, me shaking your hand, I could possibly, it's like a new form of a new experiment and they're gonna see how the public react. I just feel like it's, yeah, rats in the cage, that type of thing. But yeah, that's really what I got on that.
I can agree with that.
JB, talk to me. I bet. So, man, yeah, like I said, though, I think y'all should just stay safe, man. Stay protected. Treat it like it's still coronavirus on the cool. I mean, if you're in a lightly populated area, the area, it's not bad, then you can be a little more lax. But if you're in a highly trafficked area, man, take care of yourself out there. So I mean, that was another little quick update. Now we're gonna move along, man. Where get a little get a little
Hold up. I
interesting.
just
Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
the time you grew up in is not the time you're adulting in. You feel me? You can't raise your kid the same. The days we living in, we're slowly becoming accustomed to the quarantine lifestyle. Just isolation. It's like the world ain't what we grew up under. So now we gotta adjust and find a new way. But I strongly feel we are coming into the quarantine era where these type of viruses gonna come around often due to population control. But that's my little statement on that, brother.
Yeah, 'cause like you said, first it was COVID, now it's this. And I remember when COVID first started, it was probably November, and it was still overseas. Probably within a week, it ended up touching the states. So with this hantavirus too, it's like they kind of handling it the same way uh with the air traffic. It's like they not taking it as serious as they should. So it's like they want it to get spread. So I kind of agree with the population control statement. And so we'll see in the future if they'll end up having some more. But that's two airborne viruses right there. That's kind of like unheard of and becoming a new thing.
Well, JC scriptures say he will send plagues. All these little viruses, COVID, this, chicken pox, all that was plagued in some form, some fashion that spiritually was, cursed upon us from the land for how we move and act. But that's another topic for another day. I was just wanting to, throw that in there.
All right, cool, cool. Yeah, I agree with what y'all said, dog, man, for sure. I feel like we need to be a little more secluded also, you dig? But I mean, still enjoy your life, man. You know? Hey, we're gonna move into a little juicier topic, dog. What y'all think? How long is too long to be in a relationship without being married? I'm gonna go last.
I can't say how long is too long, but I think the after about 6 months of knowing somebody, at the least 6 months to a year, I think it's okay to pop the question. I've been in a relationship for a little while. I know I want to get married, but I haven't popped the question yet, but I know I will. You know what I'm saying?
So
So I
let me
don't know
ask
how
you this:
long.
what's the holdup in your
Finance.
personal perspective? Type shit,
For
type
me,
shit.
it's finance. I want to make sure I'm able to provide like a husband should.
Yeah, I can respect that. I just want to know. I don't want to cut your statement off, but you saying one day you wanna, so I just want to know, like down that rabbit hole we go. What's the holdup if 6 months to a year meets your criteria? You feel me? But you can continue your statement. My bad.
But that's pretty much all I had. Like, I think any time after that time is a good time to do it. But it all depends on the individual. I think maybe, if you're together 30 years without getting married with uh no goals to do it, then that's kind of too long.
So what you think about me? I've been dealing with my significant other for 10 years now. You think that's too long?
Well, I'm in the same
I'm
boat.
not married.
Like, I've been dealing with my old lady. It's gonna make 10 years next year, March. You know, I know she the one that I want to marry, And like I said, if I was in a better financial state, I would have been married him, you know.
Well,
So
mine ain't necessarily the financial. I believe. All right. Well, the question was, how long is too long? All right. Well, I'm gonna start with that. I feel like in order to marry a person, like a true life commitment, I dating wise, I probably give it at least 3 to 5 years. 3 to 5 years of really going through the impact. Some people is before that it's because they done went through the ups and downs and they know what they want. That's understandable. But for some people, it's a higher purpose. Like with me, the hold up for me was the spiritual alignment. You seeing it one way, I'm seeing it another. At the end of the day, if we both believe in the same book and the rule number one is put no other God before me, how can I put a ring on your finger and you believe this and I believe that? That's gonna cause us both to break rule number one. So that's a no-no for me. And we are slowly getting to that place, but that always been my whole up, like the spiritual alignment, not necessarily the finances for me. Cause either I'm gonna be rich with you or I'm gonna struggle with you, baby. But if you love me for me, you're gonna take me for what it is. But that spiritual aspect for me is the most important, and that's really
and
what I got for that.
with that being said, let me ask you this:
What's up?
if would you still stay with her if it take 30 years for y'all to get on that spiritual alignment, or if it take 50
No,
years?
no, because it shouldn't take no one that long to really want to unite and build the same faith. Like the order from a spiritual perspective is God, Christ, man, woman, child. So if my woman got a different perspective of spiritual alignment than it'll never be a thing. We're gonna always have confusion within our marriage because we, for starters, praying to two different guys to fix one situation. You know what I'm saying? So that won't work in my aspect. But like to answer your question, you say 50 years, 30 years. Like, no, it shouldn't take nobody that long to want to better the situation. It shouldn't take
Right.
nobody that long to want to. So it's like once we get to the point to where I see, okay, we trying and and we fall off from that, it's more like I'm not sure. But I gotta see you at least trying to believe in what I believe for me to take you in that aspect because what's
Right.
important to
And
me
to
should be important to you. You feel me? Not just, oh, I believe this and you believe that. It's like, baby, I'm the leader. I'm gonna take it to the If you believe me to protect you and die for you, and why you can't believe in my faith just as much?
right. And to your point, like the statistics say that well, for black folks, marriages last up to 5 years. So if you've been with your old lady for 6 years, once y'all get married, y'all pretty much gonna stay together. Y'all can ride it.
Yeah,
Y'all
I
done been
mean, you
through
can,
the
yes,
ups and
yes, and
downs.
that's
So
why I say 3 to 5. That's why because it's like that. You at the end of the day, from a 3 to 5 year span, that woman done put you through enough, and you done put that woman through enough to know if you willing to take it to the grave house, the graveyard with it, or you willing to just go on and move to the next.
right,
three to
right,
five
right,
year span is my personal standpoint on the time stamp.
Okay, okay.
All these.
I'll take a little bit of it. No, go ahead, finish, finish.
Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
All right, so I'll take it a little bit, man. Look, I say, man, look, if you love, hey, if you love if you a woman and you love your nigga, hug your nigga. If you a man, you love your woman, hug your woman. You hear me, man? That's all I'm gonna say, cause hey, shout out my baby. You hear me, y'all? Matter of fact, y'all go subscribe to Los Angeles Street Vlog Mine. You hear me, man? Yeah, she gonna be dropping some content soon. Y'all go subscribe. Real talk, get familiar. Yes, Lord. Shout out my baby,
So,
man.
That
Yeah,
so
she
question
what
to
done
make
you,
do a
you
LM.
ring
Let me
around
popular
pose
on
like
that.
this?
me. Yeah.
Yeah, let me
Hey,
pose
so
that
what?
question to you. How long is too?
Yeah,
How fast is too fast, and how long is too long? You think?
Well, hey, me personally, I'ma say this though. Too fast, man. I mean, if you met the woman yesterday, now y'all tripping. Like, oh, too fast. Hey, look for the ASI people in here. Too fast is feisty and tragedy. Oh God. But I mean, I say if you doing like some 3 to 5 month type ish, and like you trying to get married after 3 to 5 months, I think you tripping. I really think around a year, between a year and 3 years, if you want to marry that person. I mean, because around the 10, 11, 12 month mark, you gonna start treating her or him like a husband or wife. You know what I mean? Like you know how that go. So I'm just saying, like, but honestly, I feel like if you love that person, it don't matter how long y'all been together. If y'all know y'all gonna be together, I mean, marriage is really for the public, dog. That's all marriage is for people to form a public opinion on what they think about you and your life and your husband or your wife. You know what I mean?
But that's a
Shout out
lifetime
us.
commitment, I believe. And
Yeah,
not
yeah. But
So
just
look,
let's say
Lamert, let
let's
me
say
say,
lifetime.
I'm gonna let y'all take it. Shout out to us, me and my wife. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I
shout
just
out
want
to
to shout
y'all.
my wife out. So yeah, on this topic, I'm just gonna say I'm kind of around like, man, go get married, dog. If I say anything else, I probably won't be able to sleep it.
so let me
Hey
ask you this
man,
too then. Once you know, hey, this the woman I want to marry, how long you'd make that woman, how long is too long to make that woman wait?
I mean, anywhere over 5 years is too long, but for I'm gonna say 15 years. Cause I'm my dog's dog. So I'm gonna say 15 years.
nah, don't be my
But
doggy dog.
I'm my dog's dog, man. I'm gonna say 15 years.
don't, don't be a, don't be another dog in the pound, motherfucker. Speak your mind. He trying to look how you trying to cut up some slack, Jake.
And I take that slack. I take it.
I don't, cause hell on his opinion. Cause he done fucked up how he fucked up and he was ready to quit. Man, some things are more important than others. And if love is more important to you, brother, by all means. But I don't love nobody more than God. So, that's my
Oh
personal
no,
opinion.
look, let me clear this up. I went got the money first. You know what I mean? I went got some money first. Hey, I feel like this. Now this gonna lead me into this. People say what it is. God, money, and family. That's the order I put it in. Because if a man don't have no money, he cannot take care of no family.
Well,
You
I put
hear
his
me?
God, family,
Hey,
money.
no cap. Like
I,
I like I
I
said,
never
hey,
advocated
I
for that.
respect your opinion. But if a man has no money, he cannot take care of no family. There's no
Well, let
point
me,
in a man having a family that have to suffer because of his shortcomings. Oh God.
well,
Let me ask you this. That's from a
as a
man's
father,
perspective. You think as a from a woman's perspective, you think the order should be God, family, then money, or you think it should be the same thing?
No, from the woman's perspective, I feel like it should be the South way. God, family, then money. But for a man has to sacrifice something. He
so
has
what
to
you saying? I'm
sacrifice
soft?
something. You have to man, I don't know, dog. that ain't what I'm saying, dog. You
Man,
told
'cause that's the
man,
route I
no, son.
took.
No,
Nah,
but look,
no.
I'm saying like, look, listen. I feel like this, and at some point, a man gotta make a point to it. All right, you can have dreams and hopes and plans and whatever in like goals and shit, right? If they come down to you taking care of your family, all right. Say you want to be a rapper, you know what I mean? Say you want to be an actor, say you want to be any type of entertainment person, and it's not bringing in the bacon. A man got to make that decision to put it down and go get a job, chase your dream while you doing that. That's why I
All
say
right.
it's money then
No,
family, my nigga. You
but
must
hold up,
you must protect and provide.
hold up. Because yeah, give me 2 seconds on that point right there. Just 2 seconds. Let me slightly interject, please. At the same time, if God is the focal point of your life, brother, you just said you got to drop down what you're doing and go get up and provide for your family. Son, it's God for me, family, then money, because my family motivate me to get the money. With no motivation, you wouldn't get money. You wouldn't need money wouldn't be a necessity. You get by how you get by. But when you got family
when
that
you
you
got
want to
family that
provide
you
for as a
want to provide.
man and you want to yeah for, that
Yeah,
family is your
I'm
motivation to
feeling
that money.
because it's kind of like
And that's
if
why I
you
picked
didn't
that
have a
art.
family, if you didn't have a family, you wouldn't have to put your dreams on hold
Your
to
ambition wouldn't
you
as
know.
be as your drive wouldn't be as strong to me if you didn't have family. I'm doing it for me. It won't take much to suffice you. But when you got your
You got
wife, three
your wife.
kids, your mama, you're looking out for all these other people, it's like your motivation is to go get a bigger bag because of the family. The family is the reason why you was motivated to go get a bag. The people around you, your surroundings. You ain't gonna get a big old bag by yourself and just say, "Let me travel," or
Nah,
even on a
nah, nah.
travel
Listen,
with
listen.
somebody.
I think we just got different point of views because I got getting the bag motivated me to want to have a family. If I was broke,
Right,
I couldn't
but
even think about no
But
relationship.
every
No, listen, listen.
but
If I was broke,
but
I couldn't even think about no relationship. I'm putting my focus in the wrong place. Man, talk to me. I talk back. Yeah.
But at the same time, you done been in a position to where you know lust was more important than money at some point. Or
or
I'm
Nah,
saying it's
nah,
not
nah. Listen, I
necessarily
got my
I
nutting
said
out. I
or.
got my,
It did
I got
not.
my
It
nutting.
did
Got
not.
back to my
Listen.
did
money.
not.
Listen, at the same time, you still look. You put it in perspective how you man, you really made me forget my thought punk ass. But yeah, damn son. Money comes in my perspective the soft way, man. The soft way. Is God and family than money, man. Cause look, oh, okay, I remember my point. Cause you were saying the money, you couldn't get, you wouldn't have thought about having a family if you didn't have no money. Well, some of us ain't too blessed to be in that position. Some of us get caught up in relationships from a young buck and growing to the money. So some of
All
us
right,
is
all right,
motivated by
all
the
right. So,
money.
so, 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 let me elaborate. Let me elaborate, my young black brother. Let me preach to you. I'm gonna preach to you. Now you get past the cone. You hear me? Listen here.
Well,
Listen. That's why I say it's God, then money, then family. A man should praise God, worship God, live in the righteousness of God. Go get some money, then start a family. Don't start no family broke. That's why we got so many broken black homes. Man, talk to me, I talk back.
Like you said before, when you love somebody, you can't control the heart. Sometimes you might fall in love before you get the money.
yeah, he's saying
Yeah,
And
motherfuckers
that's where
fall in
you
love.
prioritize. That's where you prioritize continuing to get that money. And your wife, the woman that's for you, she will understand. She will
But
under. If a
that's
woman don't
that's
understand that you need to build a family,
that's kind of to Boot Boy's point. Once you in that relationship, that's gonna put the
That's the
pressure on you to where it's
motivation.
like if let's say you chasing this entertainment career as a single person, you fall in love with somebody, and it's time to bring that bacon home. If that entertainment career not mapping out, then it's like, well, look, let me go get a trade, go to school, get a job. It's because of that woman and the potential family you finna have with her that's motivating you to go get the money to be able to take care of them.
nah, I don't see. All right, I guess I see it the way I see it. Right? Cause listen, I found God first on the path of light. You know what I mean? By the time
Man, I'm sticking to the soft way, JC. It's gonna be God, family,
Yeah,
then
yeah,
money.
you make a point with that one.
That money don't make me happy. The people I provide for make me happy. Seeing I could get them to the next level of life and give them something I couldn't have. You feel me? Seeing
Right.
the people around me happy because we able to enjoy ourselves and not struggle eating rice and noodles. Not saying nothing wrong with it, but you know them struggle meals. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, look. I have to do. I mean, you see how you see it, LA. I just gotta go the other way about it. God, family,
Yeah,
money. Cause if that woman love you, shit, that money don't even matter. Cause she ain't even with you for that money. You gonna secure how you gonna secure. It's all about how y'all
hmm
feel about one another, what y'all mean to one another. That bag don't mean shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit, we can flourish in this life, baby, or we could be peasants. But do you love me enough for me, or do you love me for what I got?
Right, right, right.
You know? So we can go in depth,
You can
but
go in depth, but
Right,
oh, you
right.
back
Okay.
at
So
me?
now, yeah, yeah. My bad, the technical difficulty. So I mean, JB, you want to go a little bit in on this? Okay, okay. Well, look, we're gonna move on to the next question. Do you care if the person you're dating has kids or not? Talk to me.
I mean, that kind of bring up the point that Boot Boy was make, well, no, you was making to where, you can't control who you fall in love with, and if you meet somebody and y'all vibe, and it turned out they have kids, I don't think anybody would care. But I think you know anybody would probably rather, like, if you had your own choice of the matter, I think anybody would rather be with somebody that didn't have kids at first. But if you just so happen to meet somebody with kids and y'all genuinely have a bond, then the kids shouldn't matter if they came from somewhere.
I mean, well, shit, I grab a mic real quick on it. When it comes to that topic, I feel like it don't really matter. It do, but it don't because it takes a real man to be able to raise another man's child and not mistreat him, treat that child fairly. But at the same time,
Right. But if the
no
question is
lies
what would you
being
rather,
lied.
like your preference or what you would rather, then I think most people would even women would probably rather be with a man that didn't have kids, just like men
I
would
mean,
rather be with a woman without kids. But I
I
don't
mean,
think it
personally,
matter to the point to where if you see a woman that you think look good and you ask to take out on a date and you find out she have kids, I don't think it's a deal breaker to not
yeah, for
get in a
some men it
relationship.
will be.
I ain't gonna
What's that
lie.
again?
So look, hey, y'all remember the mute whenever you're not talking. All right, I ain't gonna lie. So I think, hey, look, I ain't got no opinion on it because I was blessed to get with my wife. She didn't have no kids. You know what I mean? So I ain't gonna really touch on this topic. I don't need to give an opinion because God bless me. So yeah.
And in that aspect, I was blessed too. Me and my old lady met with no kids or whatnot. But if she did have kids, like I say, that wouldn't deter me from wanting to be with her, But
Well, I was still
personally,
blessed.
my preference, like, I like it where we don't have kids yet. We can build ourselves up, you know what I'm saying? To be able to financially take care of the kids in a proper way. But and that honeymoon stage of a relationship where you meet the woman, y'all can go on vacation, y'all can go here and there and do that. If you meet a woman with kids, it kind of prohibits you from doing, some of the stuff you would do with a single person, and especially if the father is in the kid's life, they got some say so over the relationship a little bit, So I think most people would probably, they preference, you would probably rather not deal with nobody without kids, especially if you're a person without kids. But yeah, I don't think it should
yeah, I don't
matter
think
at
it
the end
should
of the day.
matter at the end of the day.
Well,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to interject. I was blessed as well because my oldest I raised since he was one. Now he going on 12. You feel me? So my woman had a child before we got together, and that didn't weigh out what it was. Well, what weighed in was how I was gonna treat that child. You know what I'm saying? Throughout it all, that woman had nothing to do with it. It was that I accept that other personality that came with it. And this is from experience, personal, not just off a hypothetical with me. You know what I'm saying? It didn't make a difference. Like to your point, JC, it didn't change nothing. It just really motivated me more to want to go get some money because I had got with a woman that already had a child. So I somewhat semi had a family, Ellie. But yeah, that's my point on that.
Hey, I feel you, man. Everybody, life is different, man. We all been through life under different circumstances, and I mean, we all doing well in life. So I salute that to everybody, man. This is just our views and opinions. Um, I mean, hey, look, I say it like this. I would prefer the way it is for me, but I feel like if a woman have kids or a man have kids and you get with them, and like you said, you since they were like 1 years old or stuff like that, I think it can really work out because the kid basically knows you. You know what I'm saying? If now you meet somebody and they got teenage kids or like 9, 8, 10 years old, that type of stuff, kids who are already starting to form a mental development of how views and opinions and how they feel in life, yeah, I think that's where you really have a problem. You know what I'm saying? Because these kids are already setting in their ways, and they're never going to view you the way they're going to view their biological, their biological of your counterpart. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I view it that way. I mean, y'all got anything else about this?
Yeah, there's another
I
thing
mean, I
too. To
do.
your point, with okay, let's say you meet somebody, man or woman, and they have a child. Is it okay if they gonna be in your life with the child? Is it okay for them to raise your child like it's theirs? Like, can they punish the child? Can they whoop the child? Can they treat the child like it's for them? Or will the child,
Hey, well,
will the
I can
child
make this quick.
feel like you have no authority over them, but you
Hey, I can
still
make this quick. I
gotta
can make this
take
quick.
care. Wait a minute,
I,
you still gotta take care of them like they're your child.
I can make this quick. I wouldn't have a child with a woman where I couldn't raise my child in my own home. I would never do that. I would never
No,
do
not
that.
your child. I'm saying, let's say you meet a woman that got two kids that's 9 and 10, right? Will you have the same authority as the father if you taking the place like as the husband in the household? Like
Oh no,
if they doing bad and
hypothetically speaking, I get what you're saying. Hypothetically speaking, you know what I'm saying? If I was ever put in that position, you man, hell yeah. What you
what?
mean? Whatever my hat lay down at night, that's my house. I don't boy, ain't nobody else can ever have no inside control from outside of my home. Man, I'm a man, boy. I'm a man. Look, I'd rather
Right.
unalive about that. Y'all
So
tripping.
that's what I'm asking you. So what if the woman tell you like, no, you can't whoop the child or punish the child? Come tell her about what the child doing
But
wrong.
that's
Is
that's
that a
part of my
situation you ain't gonna
reason.
deal with?
That part of my reason of saying that I rather it the way it is for me. My woman had no kids. Our kids are gonna be our kids. I rather it that way because I just rather wouldn't have this factored in. Why would you
Right,
rather,
right, right.
man? If you got enough money to buy new outfits everywhere you go, why would you carry luggage? I'm just asking.
Oh, so
Boo
Well,
boy, you got something you want to say to that?
good question, Boo Boy. Like
I mean,
if the woman you met had children,
he
but
did.
you didn't have no authority over the children, basically. Like, is that a
If
situation you
I
could deal
can't,
with?
if I can't have authority over the children, as in discipline and provide for these children to my own understanding, then
Mm,
that's something I wouldn't really stay around too long. Because
okay.
if I'm willing to give your child a world and die for your child like it's mine, I got the right to discipline that child. And in the aspect, I want not abuse or anything of that nature, but I mean, reasonableness is what's being necessary for the situation. You shouldn't have no Now, the only argument I have to that is if the dad is actually in the child life, because you do meet women that they co-parent. You
Right,
know what I'm
right.
saying? So and the daddy is being a daddy, you have no reason to be daddy, then that's not your place. You shouldn't, you can add extra to that child life by being a second hand or support, but you shouldn't try to override the daddy's work when the daddy is doing what the daddy should do. Don't ever try to take a man
Hmm.
place if that man is in his place. But if that child lacks of a father figure and you willing to die for that child at some point, I mean unalive yourself or be unalive for that child at some point, then I feel like you should be able to discipline that child and all that too, because that comes with destruction. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Man, look, that's what I'm
And let
saying.
me ask
'Cause
y'all. Let me
that
ask
child will
y'all with
have
the
to go to that.
So I was gonna ask y'all with the shoe on the other foot. If y'all was bringing the child to a relationship, would y'all allow the female to discipline your child?
For the right reasons, I will. I mean, I'm not a bigot or a hypocrite about the matter. Structure is important in the child's life. It don't matter who it's coming from. As long as you're not mentally, emotionally, or physically trying to take advantage of my child, I'm okay with you bringing structure into my child life. Because at the end of the day, if I leave my child under your watch and my child is doing something above and beyond and is not getting the no stop, hey, sit down, take a, then do what you gotta do, but don't just, take it extra and don't abuse is what I'm saying. Discipline is necessary, but don't do the extra.
Right, right, right.
Man, I'm gonna stop commenting on it. I just rather not deal with none of that. I'm gonna just leave it alone. Like I said, I feel like God
Fortunately,
blessed me with the perfect.
fortunately, you didn't have to put yourself in that situation.
Hey, God blessed me with
You
with
know
the
what I'm
perfect
saying?
situation for myself. You know.
But mine is a keeper, so I feel like like you, I was blessed in the perfect situation too, because the time I met them,
Yeah, yeah,
But what
yeah. We always blessed in our own circumstances. You know, like God put us right where we need to be, and He give us what we need. You know? Yes, Lord. You got something else you want to add?
I think that's it on this topic.
All right, man. This is almost a wrap up for the night, man. We got our last two topics: sports and entertainment. You know what I mean? And we're gonna strike it up with man. Look, this is the biggest topic in sports right now. Where will LeBron James end his legacy? You know what I mean? Hey, look. So Miami Heat is the number one place. That's my guess too. I think he gonna go back to South Beach. Cleveland Cavaliers is the second guess. You know what I'm saying? And the Philadelphia 76ers is the third guess. A lot of people speculate Golden State also, but it's not really in the top because Adam Silver is requesting that he make a decision soon because they want to get it finalized for the 2026-2027 sports year. So what y'all think about that? What you think about that, JC?
I was kind of theorizing that I think at this point of LeBron's career, that he chasing legacy. He want to try to end it off with a ring. I think this might be the last year he playing. So I see him going to Golden State. Some people say that he going to Cavaliers. I feel like he done kind of been there and done that. You know, he done bought them a ring and stuff already. I think his best chance, I hear he wanted to play with Stephen Curry. Whenever they did the Olympic things or whatever, he always said he wanted to have at least a year of playing with him. So I'm thinking he might go to Golden State.
What you think, Boo Boy?
yeah,
Oh yeah,
I think it's a legacy thing. At the end of the day, money don't mean nothing to him. It's obvious. Facts show you that he took a pay cut just to play with his son. So. I feel like is he gonna line himself up around a lineup full of superstars that he could work with to get that one last ring, just to surpass Kobe, no Ty Kobe and be under Jordan. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I feel like it's a legacy thing, like JC's point was, it's all about what I'm leaving behind. We already done broke the scoring title and hold all kind of records in the other department. He damn near lead was what the longest workhorse in the league. 20, like, come on, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's all about legacy with him at this point. He ain't chasing nothing else. Got rings, got championship. I mean, got MVPs, got all kind of accolades, man. So yeah, at one point though, I feel like he was trying to end the GOAT debate once again, going to his legacy in the GOAT debate by winning a championship with his son being the first NBA player to do so. But he still made history by being the first NBA player to play with his son. But yeah, I feel like he probably end up at Golden State. Either with Curry or KD. I feel like he would end up with one of them two.
Like I say, with the Miami and the Cavaliers, it's kind of like I've been there, I've done that. So
I mean, it wouldn't
yeah,
really bring much more to his legacy if he
right,
if he
right. So
really
that's
was
why I'm
chasing
thinking he's going to.
legacy.
That's why I would think that he would go to Golden State because he didn't already brought a championship to Miami plus the Cavaliers and all of that. So
And LA. Yeah, so, yeah, I think he's gonna team up with one of those go getters, those workhorses, KD or Curry, because Curry play style would fit good with LeBron because Curry like to control the ball, but he don't like he play better off the ball, the screen setup. LeBron execute the game from IQ, not from ability.
right.
So
And any
yeah,
one
I
of them
think
can kind of play like the Trojan horse to where if they got the
to the
ball
to the
or if they
run, yeah.
on the court, people kind of focus their attention on them. So you got
Yeah, they
both of
big
them that can
enough.
kind of play off of that with each other.
Yeah, they big enough to where you want to double team one, or you try to you know it's like Curry, you can't leave him sitting there to shoot wise, as far as shooting wise, and LeBron, you just can't leave him at all because he gonna make it easy. Like LeBron is one of the smartest NBA players to play the game. He always go for the easiest bucket, not the most difficult. He do that by force, not choice. But yeah, I
Right, right.
definitely feel to the topic, KD or LeBron will be somebody he team up with from his Olympic experience. He gonna rally up
So
a
let me
team.
ask you this: if he do go to Golden State and he win the ring, will then you put him over Jordan or is is he under Jordan?
I mean, if you asking me about that on the GOAT debate, they GOAT for two different reasons. Like people keep wanting to compare the two, but there's two different GOATs. It's not like they got the exact same game like Kobe mimicked Jordan. Jordan and Kobe is a good comparison because everybody know it's proven.
But to Boot Boy's point, yeah. And the thing about Jordan that made him so special is his hand size. He was able to do stuff with the ball and grip the ball a certain way that other people couldn't. And that was the one thing that he kind of had over Kobe, even though Kobe kind of tailored his game to be just like Jordan. That's one of the standouts that made him better in my eyes. But as far as him and LeBron, it's hard to say if LeBron win another ring, especially with all the stats that he done broke with the record, playing with his son and everything. It's hard to say because I was watching Last Dance and it kind of made me feel like Jordan was the GOAT, and how he kind of changed the whole NBA to where is as profitable as it is today. Without him, we probably wouldn't even got a LeBron. So I think if LeBron did win a ring, I'd still edge Jordan slightly over him just because of the contribution. They Beast, you got anything to add to that? Other thing I wanted to say is, another reason why I would probably put Jordan over is because of the rings. He got 6. This will tie Bron with Kobe. So if I was building a team and my last choice was between Jordan or LeBron, then I'm gonna have to choose Jordan on my team because he willed himself to win. It didn't matter what was going on in his personal life. I remember when his father passed away and everything. He had broke his foot at one point. He still came out on top. So I don't think we've seen nobody yet that was better than Jordan. And people like to try to say that Jordan was playing with a bunch of people that are playing against his competition wasn't as hard as today, but I think the time he was playing it was harder. You know, when he had to go through Detroit, like they was making plays specifically to try to hurt him.
That's one team. What he had about 5 real dangerous teams to go against back in his era. I just
Y'all
see.
can hear me?
Yeah,
Y'all can hear me? I'm live.
they say that Eastern Conference,
Yeah,
Eastern Conference was the hardest back in his era.
They say, but how many dogs was there on the compound back then? List me the dogs that went against MJ. It wasn't that many. Like the rest of the teams was an easy win. It was only a handful of teams that really had a chance of stopping MJ in those eras. If in today's era shooting from half court, I don't know if you could really get a game plan for that besides aggression. That's the only thing that gave them the edge back then. It wasn't so easy to get a foul called on you than it is today. But yeah, and earlier I was trying to make a point to you too when you asked me. I think you asked me about which one would I choose out of LeBron or MJ for GOAT wise. People gotta understand MJ and LeBron. There's two different GOATs. They like Kobe and LeBron. I mean, Kobe mimicked Jordan game to the T. So Kobe and Jordan is a good comparison, and that's a good GOAT debate. But LeBron and Jordan, that is not the same conversation. That is not the same type of GOAT. LeBron don't play nothing like Jordan do, besides the dunk on people. You know, his game
Hey, but
come
look,
from
I'm
early
I'm
on.
gonna agree with you. I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna agree with you. But if you want to say if you want to talk all around game, then I'm gonna say LeBron. Yeah, I'm gonna say LeBron. He just stronger. He was a more aggressive player.
Yeah, you think he was stronger than Jordan?
Yeah. He definitely was strong. He was more strong. He was the more aggressive player for sure.
Has Brown ever played with an injury?
Was Bron played with injury?
Huh? Say it again.
Has Brown ever played with an injury?
Has Bron ever played with an injury?
Uh, nah. Yeah. For sure. I mean, not in his older age, but in the beginning. Hell yeah.
You
Shit,
don't
yeah.
remember LeBron with the face mask? Or you don't want to talk about that LeBron with the face mask, huh? Yeah.
Nah,
But
definitely.
But that's
that's two
Hey, but
different
look,
goats
we
in
get.
my opinion.
different go in my
Hey, we
But
could
yeah,
talk. We're gonna talk about them. We're gonna bring it back up tomorrow night, fellas. We getting to the ending. Man, let's go ahead and hey, what's your favorite comedy of all time? Now look, I'm gonna start it off. You hear me? I'm gonna start it off. My favorite comedy is Eddie Murphy Life. You hear me? That's my favorite comedy. But look, I got an honorable mention. Hey y'all, if y'all never check this out, go check it out. Eddie Griffin stand up, dysfunctional family, or you could tell him I said it. You hear me? Yeah. Go check that out. But my favorite movie though, comedy all time, man, is Life, man. Yeah, and if I do, I'm gonna put the pissing motherfuckers on you.
If we talking movies, well, my stand up, you know that Cat Williams Pimp Chronicles. That's kind of like the standard. Like every every minute was a joke and it was funny. You know what I'm saying? But if we talking about movies, Eddie Murphy Harlem Nights was something special. You know, he had everybody in there. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
You know what I'm saying?
but
what you got for me, boo boy?
Wait, but my honorable
Wait, but
mention,
my
Scary
honorable
Movie
mention,
2.
Scary Movie 2.
That Scary Movie 2, that had quotables and stuff. Like people walked out the theater talking about it the next day.
Okay. What you got for me, boo boy?
man, I'ma say both of y'all some hoes, cause man, the Harlem Night was option one, Life option two. They like all time great. So shit. I'm gonna have to go with comedy wise all time.
All
Soul
time.
Man.
So
Pick something else, nigga. Oh, Soul Man. Hey, good shot. Good shout out Sam Jackson, Bernie Mac.
Yeah, Soul Man. If you want a good laugh, watch
Hey,
Soul
but
Man. That shit
hey,
funny.
we can't count out Will Ferrell. The other guys with him and Mark Wahlberg, that was hilarious. Like he makes some good comedies too. But that other guys was something, they were crazy.
Yeah, yeah,
And matter of
yeah.
fact, he had
and matter of
Sam
fact, he
Jackson
had
and The Rock in there where they jumped off the building.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, well, look. If y'all got anything else that I want to say before we go?
Well, that'll be my recommendation for folks to watch. Like if y'all had to go watch a comedy, go look at that Will Ferrell, the other guys.
Boo boy, you got anything else?
Nah, man, not really. I mean, shit. Yeah, nah. Y'all, appreciate y'all time, fellas. Appreciate y'all chat. Y'all have a good night from my end.
Bam here. Appreciate all of
Same here.
y'all. Y'all
Right,
have
Appreciate
a
all
good
of
night
y'all. Y'all
and
have
be safe.
right. So look, with that said, we gonna wrap up. You hear me? Hey, look, I'm gonna cancel the ASI panel to tomorrow night, man. I gotta spend some time with the wifey and hold up real quick. Wait. JB's tapping in. Let's see if you want to say something before we go. Wine, what's up, J? You want to say something before we go? We just wrapping up. You hear me?
Yeah, nah, it was a good show. I ain't really got nothing, man.
Okay. Like I said, man, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up. Hey, look, I'm gonna reschedule the ASI panel for tomorrow night, man. Y'all tune in. Catch us tomorrow night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern for the Controversial Conversations podcast, episode 6. And you can catch me after that at 11:30 p.m. Eastern for the ASI panel. You hear me? I'm gonna go ahead and spend a little time with the wife, and I ain't been asleep under my normal sleep schedule in a while, so I'm gonna go and get a little bit of that in. Man, look, we love to have you here. We appreciate you for tuning in. Until tomorrow, you hear me? See you then.